Good morning. The September 7th, 2023 special school board meeting of the Marion County School Board is now called to order at 8:30 a.m. Mirroring and modeling the way our students begin each day, I ask that we please observe a moment of silence at this time. Thank you. I'll now ask Vice Chair Thrower to please read our board commitment statement. Good morning, Vice Chair.
Good morning, Chair. We are the Marion County School District Leadership Team. When we come together to work, we are efficient, effective, and productive. Our three most important characteristics are dedicated, transparent, and individually responsible. To work well together, we must demonstrate respect, confront reality, and be accountable. We will always put students first, and we will leave a legacy of success.
Thank you. For the courtesy of those listening to today's meeting, I'm asking that you please silence your electronic devices and remove your hats to avoid disturbing others. During the meeting, time will be provided for individuals to address the board on matters concerning the operation of the Marion County School System or the school board only. Presentations are time limited and are televised. If you wish to address the board regarding a regular agenda item or on matters on which the board customarily takes action, you must first complete a peach-colored form located in the lobby. If you wish to address the board regarding a public hearing or a student discipline matter, please complete a lime green form. These forms must be fully completed and received by the board clerk no later than 8:40 a.m. The procedures applicable for each are on a separate sheet. Board clerk, please call the roll.
Dr. Allison Campbell, District 1.
Here.
Mrs. Lori Conrad, District 2. Mr. Eric Cummings, District 3.
Here.
Mrs. Nancy Thrower, District 4.
Here.
Dr. Sarah James, District 5.
Here.
Dr. Diane Gullett, Superintendent.
Here.
Mr. Jeremy Powers, School Board Attorney.
Here.
Thank you, Ms. Martinez. If you will all please join me and stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Dr. Gullett, would you now like to make a recommendation on the agenda? Good morning.
Good morning, Madam Chair, members of the board. I certainly will. I recommend approval of the agenda for the September 7th, 2023 special school board meeting with the materials in the board packet. Those materials distributed to board members at the meeting and the audio recording included as part of the official record of the meeting, with the exception of the following items, D8.1 and D8.2, that have been placed under discussion. Thank you.
Thank you. May I have a motion on the superintendent's recommendation?
Motion to approve.
Motion by Vice Chair Thrower.
Second.
Second by Reverend Cummings. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed, nay. Motion passes 4-0. Ms. Martinez, good morning. May I also have a proof of publication today?
Notice for the September 7, 2023 special school board meeting ran in the Ocala Gazette on August 25, 2023. The proof of publication has been attached in board docs under proof of publication.
Thank you. I'll now ask the school board's attorney to explain the rules governing persons who wish to address the school board today. Good morning, Attorney Powers.
Good morning, Dr. Campbell. In compliance with Section 286.0114 of the Florida statutes, the school board has adopted uniform procedures for public speakers who wish to speak at this morning's meeting, either regarding one of today's agenda items or a matter relating to the operations of the school district. These procedures will ensure the public has a reasonable opportunity to be heard on school board and school district matters. A written summary of these procedures is available from the table in the lobby. Public speaker forms are also located on the same table. The completed forms were due to the school board's clerk within 10 minutes of the start of the meeting. This morning's speakers will be called prior to the business portion of the school board's meeting in the order of receipt by the school board clerk. Before you begin speaking, please state your full name for the record and spell your last name. Each speaker will have 5 minutes of time. However, if there are more than 5 persons who wish to speak, the board may seek consensus to limit each speaker's time to 3 minutes. When the speaker has 1 minute remaining, the speaker will receive a visual notice to complete his or her comments. Speakers may not yield their time to other people. Speakers and meeting attendees are expected to conduct themselves in a respectful manner. Therefore, verbal attacks and profanity are strictly prohibited. Pursuant to procedures for public comments, item 6, speakers are not to identify specific individuals other than themselves or their child unless the statement is provided 24 hours in advance. The board is here to listen to your comments only. You may be directed to an administrative staff member following the conclusion of your comments for further assistance to address your concerns. If there are matters dealing with student discipline, including expulsions, they will be scheduled at the conclusion of the televised portion of the meeting. Parents may address the board regarding a discipline matter at that time. To ensure student privacy, only a parent or guardian may use a student's first or last name. Identifying references to or identification of other students and/or their families are also strictly prohibited. A public speaker's speech does not reflect the endorsement, sponsorship, position, or expression of the school district. Thank you for your attention to the board's requirements. Chair, that concludes my explanatory remarks.
Thank you. Ms. Martinez, did we have any speakers this morning?
No, Madam Chair.
Thank you. May I have a motion to approve consent agenda items C6.2 with the exception of items D8.1 and D8.2 that have been placed under discussion?
Motion to approve.
Motion by Dr. James,
Second.
second by Vice Chair Thrower. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed, nay. Motion passes 4-0. May I have a motion to approve the minutes for the July 24th, 2023 special school board meeting?
Motion to approve the minutes?
Motion by Vice Chair Thrower,
Second.
second by Reverend Cummings. Are there any additions or corrections to the minutes? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed, nay. Motion passes 4-0. May I have a motion to approve the minutes for the July 25th, 2023 special school board meeting, school board meeting, not special school board
So
meeting.
moved.
Motion by Reverend Cummings,
Second.
second by Vice Chair Thrower. Are there any additions or corrections to the minutes? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed, nay. Motion passes 4-0. May I have a motion to approve the minutes for the August 1st, 2023 special school board meeting?
Motion to approve the minutes?
Motion by Vice Chair Thrower,
Second.
second by Dr. James. Are there any additions or corrections to the minutes? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed, nay. Motion passes 4-0. We have a motion to approve the minutes for the August 3rd, 2023 administrative briefing and work session.
Motion to approve?
Motion by Vice Chair Thrower, second by Reverend Cummings. Are there any additions or corrections to the minutes? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed, nay. Motion passes 4-0. May I have a motion to approve the contract for architectural design services for new elementary school W?
Motion to approve.
Motion by Dr. James,
Second.
second by Reverend Cummings. Is there any discussion on this item? Dr. James.
Just to share, again, I'll be recusing myself from voting on both of these items as I sat on the selection committee for them, but I am proud of the work the selection committee did and am excited to continue working forward in this process.
Thank you, Dr. James. For formality purposes, I believe Dr. James actually was the motion on this item, so I think we'll probably need to make that, no, that's totally fine. So if I could have, because she has acknowledged she'll be recusing herself from this vote, may I have a motion to approve the contract for architectural design services for new elementary school W?
So moved.
Motion by Reverend Cummings,
Second.
second by Vice Chair Thrower. Any additional discussion on this item? Vice Chair.
I do have a quick comment, and it's something that we've talked about before, and it came up again yesterday at the county commissioners meeting, that we are all interested in being able to provide as much community access as possible through the designs of these new schools. And we know that we are hampered due to the Jessica Lunsford Act. We know we are hampered due to safety requirements, which continues to be very distressing to me, having grown up in an era where schools were designed to be open and designed to be very, very easy for the community to access. Well, we all know that, at least for the moment, that ship has sailed. However, I would just request that as the design meetings continue, that we just keep that in mind. It is what's best for our community, and I look forward personally to being able to provide as much access as we possibly can, especially for things like playgrounds and outdoor facilities. So that's all I have.
Thank you, Vice Chair. Any additional discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed, nay. Motion passes 3-0. May I have a motion to approve the contract for architectural design services for new elementary school X?
So move.
Motion by Reverend Cummings,
Second.
second by Vice Chair Thrower. Any discussion? The only thing I wanted to mention is I'm grateful to the team again for all the hard work on this, and the fact that we are approving the same architectural design for both schools is a bit unique because we will have the same core structure of the school with different contractors and folks that are actually doing the work. So that'll be an interesting process to watch, but I'm grateful that the whole team were so excited about this particular school design that we're going to at least do 2 schools that look like it, and we'll see how it goes from there. So appreciate that. So hearing no further discussion, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed, nay. Motion passes 3-0. Meeting reminders. So there will be a special school board meeting tomorrow evening, September 8th, 2023 at 5:01 p.m. That will be our meeting about the budget. Then we will have our next special board meeting on September 21st, 2023 at 8:30 a.m., followed by an administrative briefing and work session that's scheduled for 9 a.m. on that same date, September 21st. With that, do we have any comments that need to be made at this time as we're wrapping up this special board meeting? Ms. Martinez, anything from the board clerk's office?
The only thing is we still need to get a date for master board training. I've been in touch with Tina Pinkerton, and she's looking for dates.
Okay. All right. We can certainly work on that. Possibly we can coordinate calendars a little bit today during one of our times that we'll have together today. Attorney Powers, anything from legal?
Nothing currently.
Thank you. Dr. Gullett.
Just briefly, Madam Chair, members of the board, thank you for supporting the designs, and we look forward to, excuse me, I think it's going around. We look forward to the work ahead. Wow, it's pretty bad this morning. We look forward to the work ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Gullett. Dr. James.
I just want to say when you walk into a space, like even when you're just house hunting, right, and you go into a home that you're like, oh, this is beautiful. When we walked into this design for this school as the selection committee, we were all just like in love. Like, you're just walking, you're like, oh, look at this, and look at this, and a 2nd-story media center, and that overlooks it's just beautiful. And it's a functional space. It's a less expensive space to build because of the way it's designed. So it minimizes exterior walls. It is so safe. It's going to have that single point of entry with a vestibule entrance. So no one who wants to make a really poor choice is going to get beyond that front entrance. It is just a really beautiful space. And it's unique. It doesn't look like this traditional educational institution where it's like a square block, building. It doesn't look or feel that way. And so I'm so excited for, we've discussed kind of 3D models or 3D renderings where you can kind of walk through and see it and live in it. And I think that it's going to be, once we're able to kind of get some of that stuff for you guys, for you to just feel it, it's really cool. So I'm excited.
Thank you, Dr. James. Reverend Cummings.
Good morning. I'm excited about us getting ready to build and alleviating some of the stress for the overcrowding that we're having right now. Yesterday, Chair Campbell and I were at a Florida School Board Association regional meeting, and at that meeting there was a very interesting presentation concerning not the architectural part of the building, but it was a training for districts that are in the building process. So I do want to recommend to the board that we bring that presentation to Marion County to present not only the presentation for the board, the presentation is for the community as well, because it will help us in our process as we're moving forward. We want to make sure that as we're moving forward, we're getting these schools online, that we do it the right way and that we are fiscally sound in the process of doing it. So that's my recommendation to the board, that we bring them in. I have a card. I can make sure, and talked about the 5-year strategic plan, all those things in the same vein. So this goes along with some of the things that we're going to be talking about today. So that's my recommendation to the board, that we bring them and do a presentation in a work session, preferably the next work session that we have.
Thank you, Reverend Cummings. Vice Chair Thrower.
Thank you, and that sounds great. One of the many things I'm proud of is that we've reached into the community and really leaned in to involve them and inform them about what we're doing and what we need. And now we're getting into the exciting part. It's just a great time to be on the Marion County School Board, and I think it's a great time for anybody to be part of Marion County Public Schools. How's that for a shameless plug? And that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Vice Chair Thrower. Thank you, board members. First of all, to Dr. James for serving on that committee. I know that that's taken a lot of time and will continue to take time as you continue to serve on that committee, but thank you for stepping up and being a representative to be a part of that process for us. It's certainly great. I'm certainly grateful for that. And Reverend Cummings, thank you for mentioning the meeting that we were in yesterday. Part of my drive back from Union County was talking with Ms. Dobbins, and so I agree that if we were to bring the presentation actually here to the board to see, it basically just broke down the different types of building processes that districts can undertake. And every other district that was in the room, I think there were maybe 12 different districts represented yesterday, were all in some phase of building, either just building, in the process of about to build, or there's a lot of growth happening in the state of Florida, and we are not alone in the need for new schools, for sure. So thank you for bringing that up. And I echo you, Vice Chair Thrower. This is just a great and exciting time to be a part of the school board and a part of the school district. And so, shameless plug, if you are looking for somewhere, anywhere to find a home, Marion County Public Schools certainly can be that for you. I am a firm believer that there are people out there that potentially have the gift of teaching that don't even realize it. And if they're stuck in some job that they are not happy in, it's highly possible that it's because they're not in the job they were called to do. And so it's not just teaching. We have lots of other jobs too, but that's one in particular that just continues to resonate in my mind and heart. And Ms. Morant and I have spoken about that quite a bit too. So nevertheless, with that, we had this special board meeting for the purposes of ensuring that we would be in lockstep and in process where we weren't holding anything up for architectural and design and construction for new elementary schools. And so we have done that today. That was the purpose of this special board meeting, but we also were able to get other things done, like minutes approved. Thank you, Ms. Martinez, for all the diligent work to get so many minutes done for this particular meeting. As well as some administrative items that we had on the board meeting today. So this has been an official board meeting of the Marion County School Board, and there being no further business, may I have a motion to adjourn?
Madam Chair.
Yes, sir, Reverend Cummings.
My recommendation, are we going to move forward? Can we give them some direction on moving forward with that? We didn't say that.
Absolutely. So if the team from Professional Services is available to come to our September 21st work session, and if there is space available in that work session agenda, Dr. Gullett, I concur with Reverend Cummings' recommendation, and I think I see some head nods as well, just to see that presentation. And differently than a recent presentation we had, it is not, and Reverend Cummings may agree with me on this, it is not a sales pitch. Right. They're not pitching their services. They're explaining the different ways school districts can take on a building project. And so it was informative without being a sales pitch.
Right.
So I think that would be helpful for the board to see. So thank you, Dr. Gullett. If we're able to get that and they're available on that date, then we'll move forward. Okay, so then there being no further business, I have a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion by Dr. James, second by Reverend Cummings. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed, nay. Motion passes 4-0. The meeting is adjourned at 8:49 a.m. Thank you.